When bullets are flying, shells are exploding, and frost bites through every layer of clothing, there is no time for comfort. There is no luxury of a hospital wing or a surgeon's careful hands. In those moments, survival depended not on pharmaceuticals shipped in crates, but on the ingenuity of men and women forced to improvise with what the land offered. During the Second World War, soldiers didn't just fight the enemy. They fought the cold, infection and pain in places where morphine and ether were scarce or entirely absent. Yet, amid this chaos, a natural painkiller quietly became a lifeline. It wasn't polished, it wasn't sterile, and it wasn't found in bottles with neat labels. It was born from necessity, whispered about by medics, resistance fighters and nurses, and it worked. Today, we're going to trace that formula, show you exactly how it was made in the field, and explain how survivalists today can use the same principles when the pharmacy is 1,000 miles away. Before we get into the method itself, make sure to like this video, share it, comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to Warfront Survival. Every subscriber preserves this critical history, and every share passes along knowledge that could one day save a life. By 1942, both Axis and Allied medical units were facing severe shortages of morphine. Battlefield injuries didn't wait for supply lines, and soldiers couldn't afford to. Medics stationed in Burma, North Africa, and the Pacific had to rely on what the earth provided. British and Commonwealth medics, turned to traditional herbal knowledge, while American units learned from local healers how to extract anti-inflammatory and numbing compounds from native plants. The core of this field remedy was a simple but effective combination of willow bark, clove oil and alcohol. Willow bark contains salicin, which is, the compound that would eventually lead to the development of aspirin. Clove oil contains eugenol, a natural anesthetic that's actually still used in dentistry today. Alcohol acted as both a solvent and disinfectant. Together, these ingredients created a crude yet potent painkiller that could reduce swelling, dull pain, and fight infection. It wasn't perfect, and soldiers often described the taste as bitter and harsh, but it allowed men to endure injuries that would have otherwise been debilitating, giving them the chance to move, fight, or crawl to safety. Field notes from the Burma campaign provide detailed instructions on preparation. Medics would strip young willow branches, scrape off the outer layer, and boil the inner bark for 10 to 15 minutes. Once cooled, the liquid was strained through cloth, and if available, a few drops of clove oil were added. In emergencies, crushed cloves could be added directly to the brew. High-proof spirits were sometimes incorporated to preserve the mixture and enhance absorption. Applied topically as a compress, it treated bullet wounds, bayonet cuts, and infections. Consumed in small doses, it helped reduce fever and numb the intense pain of fractures. Now, this wasn't morphine, but for soldiers stranded in the jungle or trapped behind enemy lines, it was honestly as close to a miracle as field medicine could provide. French resistance fighters in 1944 employed similar strategies with herbs like meadow and yarrow, known for their anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving effects. The principle was always the same. extract compounds from the natural world and combine them to target both pain and infection. Timing and preparation mattered immensely. Boiling the bark allowed the salicin to release into the water, while fresh extraction ensured that natural enzymes remained active, making the remedy more effective than stale preparations. In modern survival terms, this method is still practical. For oral or topical use, boil 2 handfuls of fresh inner willow bark in roughly a litre of water until the liquid darkens. Strain it, let it cool, and if you have it, add a teaspoon of clove oil. For a stronger tincture, combine equal parts of cool tea and high-proof alcohol. Seal the mixture in a small bottle. The alcohol preserves it for months, making it a versatile addition to any survival kit. The chemistry behind this method is straightforward but brilliant. Salicin converts to salicylic acid in the body, reducing inflammation and pain in a way similar to aspirin. Eugenol desensitizes nerve endings and fights bacteria, making it ideal for numbing small wounds and soothing toothaches. The alcohol ensures the mixture remains sterile enough for field use and increases the bioavailability of the active compounds. It wasn't magic. It was chemistry born of necessity. For anyone serious about wilderness medicine, long-term survival or historical reenactment, mastering these techniques is essential. Identifying willow trees, locating clove substitutes like allspice, and maintaining a small supply of high-proof ethanol could be the difference between enduring pain and succumbing to it. Testing the principle today is simple. Collect inner bark from willow branches, dry and store it in a sealed jar, and brew a cup of tea when facing a headache or minor strain. It won't knock you out, but it provides steady, reliable relief. The same slow, enduring relief soldiers relied upon decades ago when nothing else was available. What makes this story unforgettable isn't just the effectiveness of willow bark and clove. It's the grit of the medics and resistance fighters who turned mud, leaves and spirit into life-saving medicine. They weren't trained pharmacists in modern labs. They were improvisers under fire, bridging science and survival in a way few people today fully appreciate. The techniques they developed remain the backbone of field medicine, a testament to human ingenuity under pressure. If you've made it this far, you've just uncovered one of the most practical, forgotten survival formulas from the Second World War. This knowledge isn't a relic, it's an evergreen survival skill. Pain control is one of the hardest challenges in remote care, and mastering these methods could mean the difference between life and death in the field. Don't let this knowledge disappear. Subscribe to Warfront Survival, share this video with someone serious about history and survival, and join us each week as we uncover more forgotten ingenuity that kept men alive when nothing else could. Every view, every comment, and every share keeps history alive and keeps survival skills from being lost to time.